Jamie Allen Bishop here with Soul Heart Collaboration, interviewing one of our speakers for the upcoming October retreat called Infinite Possibilities. That's October 4th, 5th, and 6th, 2024 in Scottsdale, Arizona, and globally across the world. We have joining us from Egypt, my friend and a mentor to me, Wendy Yehia. Did I pronounce your name right, Wendy?
Yes, you did.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wendy is a coach for women who are experiencing or have experienced or know someone who is experiencing or has experienced postpartum depression. This is a very important subject to talk about and to learn about. And so I'm so grateful that Wendy has agreed to participate as a speaker with us. So thank you for being here, Wendy.
Thank you for the, it's an honor to be participating in this amazing event that you're working very hard to organize. I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing event, and I'm really blessed to be able to be on the panel and share my story and hopefully get my story out there so that I can help these moms.
Love it, love it, love it. And we literally just had a conversation about how the whole family unit is affected by postpartum depression. And so I can't wait to see how that flourishes in your business.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's well, I'm focusing on the moms, of course, but I think a lot of men and a lot of husbands or dads or partners, whichever it they're affected by this as well. So it's my goal is to like educate also dads or men.
Yay,
And all
love that.
on top of the moms. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So on that note, what made you choose the career path that you're choosing? Tell us a tiny little bit about your story, not to give away anything that you'll share at the retreat.
Of course, I'll try to be as short as I can. Well, to summarize it, I've always loved helping people, so that's number one. All my life, I was trying to find my purpose and who I was, and of course, my childhood traumas and all that, limiting beliefs and all these things were preventing me from doing that. And at the age of 26, I got pregnant with my firstborn, and the pregnancy was okay and everything, but I had a very traumatic delivery for my firstborn. And that plummeted me. That's what triggered my postpartum depression. It was a pretty rough start for both of us. She was traumatized. I was traumatized as well because the forceps were used. And I went through a spiritual awakening at the same time. So yeah, imagine that. So, I grew, motherhood greeted me and I had a spiritual awakening. So I was confused. I didn't trust my gut instincts, my mom. I was doubting myself, like even to take care of my daughter. And of course, I didn't speak about it because back then, 25 years ago, this term was not even in the dictionary, I think. So yeah, I went to see a counselor, and they just put me on like an antidepressant, which I tried, and it didn't. I got off of it. It just wasn't for me. So I just kept smiling and just kept going on about. But I mean, deep inside, I was really, really struggling. And I ended up having 3 kids after this. So it still bothered me like for years because it doesn't just go away. But I just pushed through, put a smile on and just, did what I had to do as a mom. And I wished I would have had that help way back then. So
to heal those experiences. And so what helped you in your process of facing some of this trauma?
Forgiving myself. That's number one that I've learned to do. in the past 2 years, that's when I really like did like the inner work, because then I started to look into like spirituality and and learn tools and things like that. And then I realized that, oh my God, okay, I had postpartum depression. That's what I had. So that was a light bulb moment for me. So I had to, of course, do the inner work and the not so fun stuff, because I had a lot of mom guilt. I had a lot of guilt, and yeah, there's like other things that happened down the line where like I even felt more guilty as a mom that involved my two older girls. And yeah, it always stayed with me. And I always felt like I was a bad mom because of that. And, it just kept piling up. So by learning tools, it helped me, especially like dealing with my realizing, coming to the realization that I had, a traumatic childhood, and also I was sexually abused. So that didn't help my confidence, and gave me a lot of self-doubt and my worth and all that stuff. So once I started to really like work on myself, then I was able to just forgive myself and tell myself, okay, well, it wasn't your fault. It's because you had this, and you didn't have the tools back then and all that. So yeah, so I'm hoping that I can help other moms get these tools and get this support that I so desperately needed at the time.
And so I love that you're telling your personal story, because that of course makes people relate to you as well as to maybe what they're going through themselves. You and I met at the Superhuman Summit last year with I don't want to mispronounce his name. He's so gracious in letting me call him Dehan, and I know that that's the mispronunciation, but
I
yeah.
always misspell it too, so
No,
that
I
makes sense.
got the spelling down, thank goodness. But anyway, he hosted this Superhuman Summit, and we were both speakers at it. And there was so much education there and so much learning shared by the speakers involved. And you and I just had this wonderful connection with each other.
It was
One of the
great.
things that really resonated with me that you spoke about was overcoming trauma and recognizing it, and not just brushing over it, but really kind of facing it. So what helped you face it, and or what helps, or why do you help others try to face theirs so that they can have the experience that you have experienced?
The Superhuman Summit was amazing, and I'm very grateful to have connected with you on there. Yeah, well, realizing that, yeah, I started diving into trauma and like the cause of it and how it can disrupt your whole life as an adult. Like as children, like we go through fight or flight, we go through these things, we go through heavy emotions, fear and all, depending on what the situation is or what we're experiencing, but we can't put it into words, or we can't, we just feel what we feel. So, and most of the time we're told to just stuff it down, and not to express our anger or whatever, like, because, a child will have like certain behaviors if they're going through certain things. So I realize that now. And then I learned to face those, like that pain or that trauma that affected me. And with my experience and everything, I can now help others to also put that behind them. I mean, people will think, oh, okay, well, you need like, a psychiatrist, for example, or things like that. But no, like you just need like somebody that's there with you to guide you, to support you, and to be your shoulder if you need it. That's most of the time, people just need somebody to talk to and go through. So that's what I'm hoping to achieve, like to help others overcome, their traumas. And it doesn't have to be related to postpartum depression. It can be like any type of trauma.
Yeah.
But yes, facing the fears, facing your fears, facing your demons, your shadow. Like, it's not fun, but it's necessary if we want to grow, because if we don't do that, we're just going to stay stuck in that loop all the time, and it's just going to repeat itself, and then we're going to give it away to our kids, and then their kids are going to give it away. It's like a cycle that just repeats itself. So you have to break the cycle.
Yes.
And be willing to break it.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. The idea of shadow work or trauma, or what I in the mindset coaching world call the suppressed emotions, the emotions that we do not allow ourselves to feel or experience, they can really haunt us in our lives and show up in not such healthy ways. So thank you for
Exactly.
the work that you're doing, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy for people to face that. If they, what kind of, may I ask, what kind of tools do you use when you work with people? Because talk therapy is great, but if we continue talking about the same stuff over and over and over, how do we release it, basically? And I have a feeling you use some tools to help people not repeat the same story over and over, or shift that story into something more productive.
Yeah, like just talking. No, it's definitely talk has to do with it, but you also have to, be willing to take action and do the work. So basically, I assess, like I'll have a call with a client, and then they have a form that they filled out, and then they give me a little bit of information of what they're going through and what they need, and that helps me to better assess their needs. So it varies. It depends on the person. So I mean, if somebody, for example, is going through anxiety and has anxiety attacks, well, I've learned a few EFT techniques, tapping, like the tapping, because this helps them stay in the present moment, right? You're tapping on yourself, so you're staying there. I find that helps a lot. And it all depends. Like sometimes it can be a meditation, sometimes it can just be a worksheet, like to for them to write down stuff. Sometimes it can be journaling. It all depends on what the person is going through, I guess. So yeah, I kind of like tweak as I go and add whatever I feel. If I find something new that I've never tried before, I research it. I just research it, and and then bring it to the client.
Love it.
So
Love it, love it, love it. And so what is the feedback that your clients give you?
I did have a session for Reiki. I offered her Reiki. It's actually one of my friends. So it was a free session, but anyway, we tried that. So I did some long distance Reiki, but before that, I did a visualization meditation, like to help her, relax and visualize and things like that. And she was really, she had back pain, and after the session, she said that her back pain had subsided and that she felt better. Like, of course, I can't say that it's the Reiki or anything like that, but because you can't, like I send the energy and it goes where it needs to go. But in her case, it helped, and she felt like really calmer.
Yeah,
after the session.
I feel you and I have, in my personal opinion, just what I know of you, we have this like mother energy in us.
Yes.
And so it can be very grounding to people who are experiencing some stuff that's, bringing them to like that
Yeah.
high frequency that's not necessarily the good high frequency. Like
Yeah.
we have this grounding ability to calm people.
I get that a lot from
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that they feel like they can connect with me, or they can speak with me, or they feel comfortable with me. So I guess I've always wondered what my gifts were, but I guess that's one of them. I'm discovering that now, but like it's always been that way. I'm an empath. I'm a very I'm a actually a heyoka or hekoya empath. So I'm like ancient. My in the past lives and all that stuff. So yeah, it explains a lot.
Yes, it
Why,
does.
like I'm a magnet, will just kind of like tend to, I don't know, warm up to me or something.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, yeah,
I
you
love
do
that.
have
I
that.
love that. One of the things that we just talked about is that we're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay.
Perfectly okay.
Perfectly okay. You do you. You have the choice of listening or not listening. You have the choice of participating or not participating, et cetera, et cetera. But for the people that we do help, wow, doesn't it feel amazing? Both
It
for
feels
them.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
When I know that I've helped somebody, I don't know, I just get this warmth and glow inside my heart. Like, because I'm like, oh my God, okay,
Yeah,
you're doing better now.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah, yeah. It fills up the cheerleader in me. So
Yeah.
I have a feeling you have the same kind of thing. What so your personal experience brought you on the path to being a coach, and I'm gonna refer to you as a trauma coach, although I don't know that that's the what you use. So forgive me if I'm labeling you in a way that you don't want to be labeled. Um,
Kind of like a Jill of all trades and master them all, I guess.
yeah, right, exactly, exactly.
And trauma happens to be inside of that. Yes.
Yes, yes, releasing trauma, right? Releasing trauma coach. Love it, love it, love it. Why do you coach? Is it because it fills you up? Is it because it gives you that sense of accomplishment?
Yes, well, a number of things, because I know my path in life, my life path is to help others. It's to help humanity through these chaotic times that we're currently in. And I finally figured out, okay, yeah, like people have always like I mentioned, they've always been attracted to me and always tell me their life problems and all that stuff. But I never saw myself as a leader or a coach, even like, but I mean, that's my limiting beliefs and that. But now that I've worked on myself and I figured out that, okay, well, yeah, I think that's what I have to do. So yeah, I took a 10-week passionate marketing course and that helped me a lot, like for the limiting belief part and all of that stuff. So yeah, I just want to, I'm here. My mission here is to be of service to humanity and to help them, ascend,
And
and
I'm so
heal.
grateful you're doing your job, because that is exactly what you're meant to do, is help people ground, help people readjust what they're focusing on, and create the beautiful life that they absolutely deserve. Yay.
Mhm.
Well, what made you choose to say yes to the Infinite Possibilities retreat?
Oh, it sounded like a very, very amazing event. I love the name. The name really resonates with me. Infinite possibilities, because I believe, we have infinite possibilities to grow and to be whoever we want to be and we were meant to be. And it's an honor for me to be able to, that you chose me to actually sit on your panel and and help others and speak about all of this stuff.
Speak about the wisdom. Yeah, speak about the wisdom, because when we learn a lesson, we want to share that lesson with others so that they can hopefully learn the lesson as well, and potentially learn it sooner than when they hit rock bottom. Because hitting rock bottom
Exactly.
can be cathartic, and it can be, you get us into action, but it also doesn't have to be the case. It doesn't have to be the scenarios that get us moving in the right directions. So thank you for doing what you're doing. I'm so grateful you're a speaker. Thank you for representing Egypt as well, and the women in Egypt, by being part of this global event. So great.
It's amazing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Wendy. If you want to reach Wendy, how do they get a hold of you, Wendy?
Oh, you can reach me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. My name is Wendy Yehia, Yehia. I'm also on YouTube. I'm on TikTok. I'm on different places, in different places. And I usually go with Unleash Your Inner Goddess Coaching. That's the name of my business. So you can type in either, and you'll probably find me on Facebook or social media. I don't have a website yet, but I'm working on that. Eventually that will come to life. But yeah, if you want to, my name is pretty it's pretty unique, so you should have no problem in finding me anywhere you search.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you again for being part of this group. We cannot wait to hear what you have to share at the retreat as our speaker, and we're grateful. We're just grateful.
I'm so grateful too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hang tight and join us at the retreat in October 4th, 5th, and 6th, 2024. Bye for now.